Oh God. Oh, well, it's not plugged in, so it's okay. Just kind of move that out the way.
Hello, my name is Charlese Olivia Wright, and I am a Black African American girl on a journey to become a K-pop idol. And I want you to come and follow me on my journey.
Hi guys, this is your girl Charlese, and I am back with another video for you. This might look like be the same area, and I might be wearing the same clothes, and I might be in the same attire, but that's because I'm shooting like 6 videos at one time. Yay, content! And I mean, you already read the title, so you already know what this video is about, honestly. But of course I have to say it in the video because that's like what YouTubers do, right? Yeah, so. The topic of today's video is why more non-Asians need to go to K-pop auditions. There, I said it. I'm a YouTuber. Why more non-Asians need to go to K-pop auditions? The short answer is girl, because they need to know we exist. They need to know we exist. And that's the answer. That is the short answer, because Korean entertainment companies need to know we exist. That's a short answer. But of course, you guys, I know you want the long answer, and I'm going to tell you the long answer for content purposes. So, long answer, let's get it, let's go. But before we get into that, let's have a little history lesson, shall we? So we can just kind of ease into this topic. So, K-pop came out in 1992. That's when, you know, that's the official time of when this particular era of K-pop started. So then, you know, it was brand new, and it was mostly promoted to Koreans, the Korean audience. It was marketed to that particular audience. But as it started to grow, you know, Japan wanted a piece of K-pop. China wanted a piece of K-pop. So they started bringing in Japanese members and Chinese members. Fun fact, the first Japanese member was in SES. Her name was Yu. Shu or Yu? I think her name was Shu. And back then she wasn't that good at Korean, but she is very good at Korean now. So, and the first Chinese member was, of course, everybody knows him, Super Junior Han-gyun. That's how you pronounce his Korean name. Super Junior, he's no longer a Super Junior anymore, but he was the first Chinese member. And you know, since they're bringing in more Japanese members now, more Chinese members, and now all the rest of Asia is also into K-pop. So now you got Thai members, and you got Malaysian members now. Ooh. Well, who else is Thai, Malaysia, Singapore. We have Singaporean K-pop idols. Hong Kong, Taiwan, Indonesia, and now recently, if you haven't watched my video of Z Girls and Z Boys, now we have we're going to have an Indian, Vietnamese idols now for the first time. So that's pretty cool. So of course, you know, because K-pop, the audience that K-pop is marketing to is constantly changing, is constantly growing into a bigger, more diverse audience from all walks of life, from every which way, from all around the world. And so, of course, the companies are seeing that, so they are adjusting. Maybe might be a little slowly, but surely they are adjusting. They are seeing that there is a market, there is a demand for this. That's why you see more K-pop idols now going to South America, and you're starting to see SM, I think, did auditions in South America. Wow. Amazing. And more auditions are being held all over the country and Europe and stuff. And that's great. That's great. So when I say that more non-Asians need to go to K-pop auditions, when these K-pop auditions come, is because they need to hear our voices. They need to see that we exist. If we go to these places in big numbers, I'm talking about big numbers. I'm talking about 100, 200, I'm talking about 200, 300, 500 deep. The population of non-Asians becomes more than the amount of Koreans or Asians that show up at auditions. Companies are going to see that. They're going to see that. If we take over the majority of people that come to these auditions, because right now, you know, even K-pop is still big and non-Asians are going to the K-pop auditions, not enough of us are going to these auditions. When I was going to auditions in America, when I was living in America at the time, I started going to auditions in 2012. And when I went there, there were a handful of us. There were not a lot. There were not a lot of us. When I went to the SM auditions, there still were only a handful of us, and a small handful at that. And that was in 2013. 2014 in JYP, I was in China back then, and I was the only non-Asian there. So I mean, but it's China, it doesn't count. But when I went to the FNC auditions in 2015, again, there's still like we're a handful, probably like 5 of us that were not Asian. And I know that there are more of you out there that want to audition. And I know that you're living in these cities. Go to the audition. And I know a lot of you are living in these auditions and that you do want to audition to be a K-pop idol, but there are people who just won't go because they're too scared. They feel like they're not talented enough. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is they need to see your faces at these auditions. They need to see that there are non-Asians that are interested in becoming K-pop idols. And you see that's a big number of us interested in becoming K-pop idols. Because then they're going to start, because if we start outweighing the amount of Asians that come to K-pop, that's going to be sickening. that will let them know. That will tell them something in their heads. You know, they're going to start talking about that. And if we go in bigger numbers, there is a greater chance that we could possibly get picked to be in these companies. And now I'm not saying that there aren't K-pop companies that don't have non-Asians, because I don't know. Because, you know, they like to keep those things under wraps. You know, for whatever reason, I don't really know why they don't like to tell who's in their company, who is not. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have their reasons, but whatever. They like to keep that under wraps. You know, they don't, it's on the hush hush, on the down low, in the dungeon. We're not talking about it. Shh, keep it on the hush hush. So who knows? They probably already have non-Asians, but as far as we can see, there are none so far. So I encourage you to go to these auditions to show your face, and there might be a greater possibility that we could possibly get picked. And if you go to these auditions, not only are you encouraging the judges' vote to pick you for the audition, but you are also encouraging other people, other non-Asians around you, to also try and attempt to go to these auditions, to try and become some K-pop idols, to try and chase after your dream. You can do it. You can be that. As long as it's more than 30 plus, like if it's 30 plus of us going to auditions, and if it gets, and it just keeps growing, like if it's 30 plus going to every audition, maybe not 30 plus, let's say 100 plus. 100 plus of us going to auditions, every audition, and getting increasingly bigger and bigger, I think that would give them a sign that people are interested. Plus, I already think they're getting the sign, and now that, you know, BTS is big in the US, who knows, there might be some non-Asians that want to audition. They see like the company auditioning people, and who knows, Big Hit might have a non-Asian in their company at this moment. Some non-Korean, non-Asian male. Well, we already know he's gonna be male. Latino shade. But yeah. So with all that being said, I do encourage you to go to these auditions. It's way more important than you think it is. It's not only important for you, but it's important for the companies to see, and it's important for us to see, for other non-Asians to see as well. So yeah, if you like this video and you want more of these videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more of these videos, and I will see you guys later. Bye!